What's going on, guys? Riot here, checking out some Godzilla 2 King of Monsters stuff right here. Some revealing and speculating, basically getting into the backstory behind burning Godzilla, because as far as I can tell, that's the most insane thing we're going to be seeing from this movie, which of course was basically verified in the last 3 seconds of the Godzilla 2 trailer. And then we just need to sit down and talk about some of this insane stuff going around YouTube, basically just having to do with Godzilla. Channels, and I hate to throw people under the bus, but channels like HN Entertainment just completely just making these outrageous claims, which I guess are mostly seen as just speculation and just for fun. But on an entertainment / news channel, when you forget to mention that it's purely based on zero evidence, everything you're saying, then people kind of take things as fact, and then now we have like thousands of people walking around thinking that Anguirus is going to be in Godzilla King of Monsters and the whole backstory behind him in King of Monsters and all this stuff, but it's like, just stop it. Alright, now we first see burning Godzilla in Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. Now I'm just quoting some gentleman online because he already put it so beautifully. He says he doesn't transform into burning Godzilla, he was mutated into it by accident. He appears in that form at the beginning of the film and his condition worsens throughout. A radioactive fissure erupts on Base Island where he and little Godzilla were staying, and it overloaded his heart, which is equal to a nuclear reactor. It caused a nuclear fissure in Godzilla's body that would force him to explode and take the entire planet with him. So that's basically what burning Godzilla is. Godzilla's already such a monumentally powerful beast, his heart equals that of a nuclear reactor. Once it absorbs too much power and reaches an unstable state, he becomes burning Godzilla, eventually just getting more and more powerful until he takes the entire planet with him. Later in the movie, G-Force gets the fission under control, but the heat within Godzilla's heart continues to rise. So instead of an explosion, if his heart, the nuclear reactor, melts, so does he. His meltdown was initially supposed to destroy the world as well, but G-Force found a way to freeze him while he melted in order to minimize the damage. Only Tokyo is left feeling the effects of his death. Burning Godzilla may be the most powerful form of Godzilla, arguably, but it comes at a cost. It's very far from intentional and ultimately cataclysmic. So that's essentially what burning Godzilla is, for those of you all who didn't know. It's also one of my favorite characters in the Godzilla game. No, distracted. So in the movie Godzilla King of Monsters, obviously this isn't what happens. I'm gonna get into this later in the story, but kind of getting into backstory over kaijus with Godzilla King of Monsters is very stupid. It's very stupid because the backstories are different. Obviously everything's different than in the old school movies. This is a different monsterverse thing going on. So there's been some speculation surrounding that if this is actually burning Godzilla we see in the end of the trailer. A lot of people are doubting that it is, but I'm like 99.99% sure it is. Alright, now obviously you gotta take everything with a grain of salt on the internet. That's my whole point in this video. Even though I sound like I did my homework and I have a bunch of evidence behind it, even evidence I won't mention because I don't want to give away any spoilers, you gotta just assume everyone's full of crap. So when you look at this giant thing right here, this image I keep replaying, you're forced to ask yourself, well, if this isn't Godzilla, what else could it be? Is there another volcanic giant kaiju in this movie? And then you realize, oh my god, that's literally what Rodan is. About 25% of the monsters we've seen so far, like confirmed monsters, are volcanic rock already, so are composed of it. So that's pretty much where most of the skeptics are getting their ammo right now. That is also, I guess, a slight possibility. A lot of people say it looks like a wing flap. A lot more people say it clearly looks like Godzilla, so I guess you just never freaking know. But I'm putting my foot down. This is my 100% certain fact. Other people can just be skeptical all they want. It makes so much sense that it's burning Godzilla.
All of the Earth's monsters have been collected and are living together in a place called Monsterland. Godzilla, Anguirus.
Now, there's a small problem with channels like HN Entertainment, which, by the way, makes very entertaining videos. Dude's got a nice, relaxing commentator voice. I've got no issue with it whatsoever. He's just pretty much having fun posting what he wants, which is what YouTube's about. But obviously, if you don't make that very clear in the beginning of the video that the video you're making right now on Godzilla King of Monsters, like the Anguirus one that was just made, which is just completely, it's like there's literally zero evidence backing that Anguirus is gonna be in this movie whatsoever. Zero, like zero. You all we see is a little shelled back. That's it, just some sort of shelled back coming out of the mountains, which is just insane to make such a bold. I mean, it's fun to think it'd be Anguirus, but to say that is, and here's the backstory of Anguirus in King of Monsters 2 is just insane. Cause you're making thousands of people out there just spread wrong information. It's already been confirmed that there will be new monsters, or at least a new monster in the film. A new monster, kind of like how Muto was a new monster, where it's not a famous Toho creature from anything before. I did forget the creature's name. I need to go look through it's in my I mentioned it a bunch in my Godzilla 2 trailer breakdown video. I mentioned the new Muto type creature we're gonna be seeing in this movie, but that's pretty much the only other semi-confirmed thing, because it's only even confirmed that they only even have the rights to Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan, and Godzilla right now. So to say that is just a whole nother, to say it's Anguirus is just such a wild claim. See, if you want to get even more silly with it, or even more evidence showing that this is just nothing to speculate whatsoever, it's not Anguirus. In one of the Comic-Con trailers for Godzilla 2014, they showed this giant monster, which looked to be just like some giant centipede creature wrapped around a ship. And this wasn't even in the final trailer. Apparently, it was just in the Comic-Con trailer, but it showed just this giant monster, and the only purpose of showing that giant monster in the trailer was to say that Godzilla is going to be fighting other monsters in this movie. That monster we saw wasn't in the movie at all. It wasn't real. It never existed. It's never existed in the MonsterVerse. They had no intention of putting it in the movie. There was nothing. No backstory, and it was just there in that little snippet of a trailer just to keep people on edge of what's going to be in the movie. Like, they actually do that. They did that with the last movie. So it's not crazy to think that they would do it with this movie too. Why the hell wouldn't they, to be honest? Clearly it sends people off and speculating. I don't know, there's tornadoes of misinformation all over the place. It's just hilarious. Not to mention, a bunch of channels like this one, HN Entertainment and such, there was in early trailers of Godzilla 2014 that showed quick clippings of Muto, you know, those epic beasts, the female and the male that, you know, Godzilla 2014. I don't know why I almost just described them. Basically, everyone claimed that that was Rodan, and that was the big thing back in the day, was that Rodan's gonna be in Godzilla 2014. Rodan backstory in 2014. Rodan speculation. It was like, it wasn't even Rodan, you clickbaity bastards. It was exactly what they're doing with this trailer. And you guys are falling for it again. You're all falling for it.
I can't wait to see it. And I made a mistake in saying that Mothra was depicted in the trailer. It's not Mothra, it's Rodan. And you'd think that I know these things after something like 40 years of Godzilla watching, or is it 45? At any rate, you get the idea.
That's what I was saying, like, even the backstory behind Burning Godzilla, how he becomes Burning Godzilla, it's gonna be a completely different reason, but it will still be Burning Godzilla. I'm putting my foot down on that one. But again, completely different reason. There's no origin of Burning Godzilla because anything before is irrelevant now. Alright, so I pretty much just felt the need to make this video, one, because Burning Godzilla is awesome and I can't friggin' wait, and two, because a lot of Godzilla pages I follow on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and everything have been very upset over this large explosion of just information just going into the internet, because it's honestly, it's fun to speculate, it's fun to have ideas, it's fun to think of like weird wacky crap that could be in the movie, but you just gotta make it clear to your viewers that it's pure speculation. I don't know, I felt like it had to be addressed. If it didn't, then I'm sorry. If it did, then whatever. I mean, don't hate me. I make speculation videos too. I'm not judging anybody here. I'm just saying, take everything with a grain of salt, because 99% of the stuff on YouTube is complete bullshit. Anyways, I'm gonna go hit the gym now. I have like 3 hours before Atlas comes out, so I gotta go put on the swole, you know what I'm saying, to beat up Pirate Booty. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!